Peace and blessings, my brother. So I'm gonna just give you a quick little rundown of what to expect so you can get an idea of how to move forward with what you're trying to do. So I kind of start off with a quick sketch of a storyboard just to get my feet wet and start freestyling certain parts. So the guy you see here in this storyboard is just something I just whipped up real quick, known as the suspect. He has a hideout and then he's trying to evade the police because they're on his tail. So he exits a stolen car and then he kind of finds himself a motorcycle. Then he spots the police that's looking for him inside a coffee shop. Then in this phase, what I'll do is create a series of different camera angles for action shots, such as anything from, typical fighting scenes, car chases, etc. So let's take the far left two camera shots, right? So then what I'll do is just a simple color pass just to give myself an idea of more visual clarity. Then I do a little test animation just to see what I'm working with. And then I do it at half speed just to check for any inconsistencies. So let's take this shot for instance, right? I like the way he kind of peeled off. So I make sure to incorporate that into the animation. I also incorporate a design phase in my production pipeline because artificial intelligence is not able to recreate the vision that I have in my head because I like certain things to be specific. Like for instance, on the left inside this shop, I want the counter next to the front door. Then I want a little side area where you go into the back office room to have one-on-one consultations with the shop owner. And creating this visual layout gives me a better understanding of how to proceed with the storyboard. It all ties in together. And it makes the actual creation and production process a lot smoother. And the design phase does not just stop here with interior and exterior environments. This also includes character design as well as everything else in the world that I have envisioned. So for instance, for this motorcycle, I want it to be specific pertaining to the character. It matches his style, it ties into his story background, everything. And AI is just not able to do this type of stuff. So trying to rely solely on AI for what you're trying to do is simply not possible.
AI anime is getting really good. But there's still one massive problem. When making longer anime, objects change size, move around in the frame, and even change color from shot to shot. And that's because AI doesn't remember exactly what your shot looked like in the previous frame. So every time you generate a new shot, you end up reprompting, regenerating, and wasting credits. And wasting credits is wasting money.
And I made a point to tie everything that I do into the morality of the scriptures, where it gives a moral to the story. For instance, this character has gained knowledge of the scriptures and he has helped those of his community to turn to Yeshua, who he has had to arrest and put in jail.